with Brennan O'Neill being crowned our champion. Let's take us back to a good old classic. What do we got going on in that quiz?
Yeah, quiz time. Let me open that up for us here. Because we are recording today on the Saturday before Broncos play, I decided that we could take a little walk through the Broncos history and talk about some of our other Week 1 performances in Broncos history. And I've been relatively generous to you here. I've made sure that all of my questions have happened in your lifetime, so no like pre-Elway quiz material here.
Yeah, when we became the Broncos, not that other team.
Your Gramps would roll over hearing that blasphemy.
They've sat through a lot of tough games.
Yeah, I know. As the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
But let's see here. I've got 5 questions for you about Week 1 Denver Bronco games. And we'll start off back in history as far as we're going to go. In 1998, the Broncos were defending their very first Super Bowl championship. How many games did they win to start the season, including Week 1? And I have options for you. In 98, did they go on a 5-game winning streak, a 7-game winning streak, a 9-game winning streak, 13-game winning streak, or 15-game winning streak?
I think they only won 13 that year, if I remember correctly. So it's not going to be 15. But did they win all 13 in a row? That is the tough question. Did they get upset somewhere in the middle? Like, they were still a very, very good team at that time.
They were basically running back the entire Super Bowl roster, which was part of the investigation thing that the NFL did afterwards.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's fine. We still got to keep the trophies.
We did. 13 sounds like a lot in a row. I feel like you get upset somewhere in the middle and you can possibly lose a couple more. What, 9?
5, 7, 9, 13, or 15.
It's got to be. I feel like 9. It could be 13, but 9 feels like a good amount of winning before things get a little bit too crazy.
You should have went with your gut. It was 13 wins in a row that 98 team rattled off. They lost 2 games in December, and then...
Because we were resting dudes.
Basically, 14-2 that season, and then ran it real easy through the playoffs.
I'm curious how... Because football is, I mean, all the sports in general have like a little bit of a weird history, but football in particular, where you have the 14 games total to 16 games to now we're up to 18.
Yeah, it's going to be a different, that's going to be a thing with all the records once we've got an extended regular season, for sure. Let's see here. Next question. Which of the following statements about the Broncos' 2001 Week 1 game is false? One of these statements is going to be false. Statement number 1, this was the first game at Invesco Field at Mile High. Statement number 2, Eddie Mack was the hero of the game with 2 touchdowns. Statement number 3, Terrell Davis rushed for over 100 yards. And statement number 4, this would be the last football game played for 2 weeks.
In 2001?
In 2001.
This would be the last football game played in 2 weeks because I think 9/11 happens right after, where we took a brief break.
Which makes that a true statement.
Yes. So
you're looking for the false one.
That one is for sure true. Does Terrell... 2001, you said?
2001.
Possible Eddie Mack, I think, is still on the team at the time. Did Terrell Davis rush for 100 yards, though? What were the other one?
So your remaining 3 after eliminating the 2 weeks one. First game at Invesco Field.
No.
Eddie Mack, 2 touchdown performance, or TD with 100 yards rushing.
It's not the first game at Invesco, because I think we built it earlier in the 90s, if I remember correctly.
Incorrect. That was the first game at Invesco Field at Mile High.
Really? I thought it was...
The false statement here is that Eddie Mack was not the hero of the game with 2 touchdowns. He had 1 touchdown early in the game and then very dramatically and horribly broke his leg and was out for the rest of the season. And that was the Monday night game for 2001. And then, yes, unfortunately, the September 11th attacks happened the very next morning.
Yeah, and Terrell Davis did not last much long after, where he got his knee.
I think he had 2 more years. Or no, Eddie Mack had 2 more years. This might have been the last ride for TD.
Yeah, Terrell's knee got blown up and never recovered.
A very grim year that year. But yeah, so that is 0 for 2 so far. No worries, though. We still got you can get the back half here.
Let's get the back half.
Alrighty. Let's see here. The 2009 Week 1 game against the Cincinnati Bengals had an unforgettable last-minute deflection TD scored by Brandon Stokely. What was the final score of that game? And I have some options for you here. Your options are, was that final 7-6, 10-9, 12-7, or 14-13?
There's such a weird array of scores.
It was a weird game with
a weird
score.
game. I know it wasn't the only touchdown or the only points that we had. So 10, did we score 10 or did we score a touchdown? I know it was the game-winning drive that, who even threw that ball to him? Was that?
That was the debut of Kyle Orton and Josh McDaniels' offense.
Oh, yeah, yuck.
So if that gives you any context on why these score arrays are so weird.
Like, why is this such a weird way of scoring?
Yeah, that was a Kyle Orton attempting to hit Brandon Marshall on the left sideline.
He was
throwing it short into double coverage.
He was aiming for Brandon.
Yeah.
He got one.
And then the ball got tipped, and Stokely was there for the tip drill. Classic.
10-9. Possible, but
yeah.
Who were we playing that game?
That was the Bengals.
Bengals. They were decent.
They went to the playoffs that 2009 season, and in fact, this game was part of their downfall that year because it made them play. I want to say they had to play the Bills instead of the Ravens or something. Who they'd beat the Ravens twice that year, and that would have been the favorable matchup.
Yeah, going out to Buffalo in the middle of winter is miserable. Yeah, I'm gonna go 14-13.
It is unfortunately the final on that was 12-7.
What?
We had 2 field goals before that for a 6-7 deficit.
And then you
scored the touchdown.
You don't kick the field goal.
No, they went for 2 and missed. Josh McDaniels. Classic. So that's how we ended up with a 12-7 scoreline in that 09 Classic.
Oh, gross. Why?
Yeah. All right, just a couple more left here. We'll see if you can get on the board.
Let's go.
What is the most lopsided win in our Week 1 history? And I've got some options for you here. Was it 2008 versus Oakland? Was it 2013 versus Baltimore? Was it 2003 versus Cincinnati? Or 2021 against the New York Giants?
It wasn't 2021 because we were not super good then. 2003 was... What do we have just gotten?
I'll go ahead and give you, these were all wins.
Yeah, they were all wins, but I'm trying to think what is the biggest win, because we might have beat the Giants because, God, were they awful too. But is that like a Simeon start or something like that? Or a Brock Osweiler start, one of the two?
Ooh,
so
maybe.
That's not going to be it. The 2013 one is possible because that's like...
If you remember your history, the 2013 one is a pretty notable all-timer in Broncos history.
It is. I'm trying to do the math because one Super Bowl in 2015,
yep,
which would have been the 2014 season we would have started with. So 2013 would have been our first or second year with Peyton. Second year with Peyton.
2012 was the Peyton debut.
So that one's going to be because that's probably when we had the greatest offensive potentially all time there.
Yeah, I would argue that, yes, 2013 Broncos is the all-time offense.
Baltimore, though, was very good that season, and unfortunately we did have a little bit of a collapse.
Baltimore was the defending Super Bowl champions that year.
They were, because, boy, did we let them get that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that one because there's no more Ray Lewis there. They think they might have Terrell Suggs in their not Suggs, Bart Scott in their middle. They're missing a lot of defensive pieces. I think Ed Reed might have been hurt too. That's got to be the one. You
have fallen right into my trap card. While the 2013 one was memorable, a 49-27 victory with the 7 touchdown record set by Peyton Manning, the 49-27 is not the biggest win differential we had. In 2008, Jay Cutler led us to Oakland to beat the Raiders 41-14 in Week 1. And like we talked about, that era of Broncos history just kind of falls out of people's heads.
It doesn't fall. I've like the Jay Cutler, Brandon Marshall connect, and then it was Scheffler at the tight end, and
it was one of the high points of that season.
Different running backs to sort through and still Shanahan era.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once Shanahan left, we
McDaniels
brought McDaniels, and he said,
yeah.
"You're not my quarterback."
Yeah, that was the very tail end of that.
Yep.
All righty. What is potentially the easiest question here at the end?
We're doing well.
In the last 20 years, so from 2004 to 2024, what is the Broncos' record in Week 1 games? Are we at 500? Are we a winning record? Are we a losing record?
I think we're a losing record because we've had way more bad years in the past 20 years since 2004 than we have, especially in the past 10 years. It's been not so great. And I know Bo lost last year, unfortunately, in a heartbreaker as well, in a season opener. I mean, you named sort of the handful of great games.
We've gone over a lot of them, yeah.
Of great games that we've kind of started off with, but I can't imagine it beats out. I mean, the Plummer years potentially, but I don't think you win majority enough to offset the amount of losing we've done in the Week 1 the past decade.
Unfortunately, you have gone 0 for 5 on the quiz this week.
Doing good. Were we at 500?
It is we are 11-9 in the last 20 years.
Really?
Despite the recent history of pretty atrocious Week 1 play, the old guard kind of kicked it up for year 1 or for Week 1 at least. So yeah, 11-9 is our current record. We can go to a nice 12-9 with a win over Tennessee this week.
Hopeful.
Absolutely. So yes, hopefully that was a fun little trip down memory lane for some important Week 1 victories that we hope to celebrate more of next week.
It's also funny because Week 1 in football is kind of just like, especially nowadays, it means absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah.
Which is like
I said, that 09 one with the Stokely catch, that was like the bright point of the season.
Yeah,
that team was not good.
No, they were not. We had Eddie Royal though at the time. He was our little hero.
I just rewatched the clip of it because I saw someone say like, "Oh, the 09 Week 1 game." Eddie Royal completely. The reason we were in such bad position on that last drive was because
Eddie tried
Eddie
to
Royal,
kick return.
He tried to bring the ball out on the kick return and slipped on like the 15-yard line.
As tradition.
Yeah, it gave me some flashbacks for sure.
Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure that was a season where we had the beautiful yellow and brown jerseys.
We did run out the AFC classic throwbacks, yeah.
I like me a good yellow-brown jersey.
I still got those socks somewhere.
I have a signed Eddie Royal jersey in my closet, actually.
Nice. Well, very good. That was all I had for our closing quiz this week. I've finally stumped you in an equal manner. We now both have zeros on the board.
We like that.
Absolutely.
Like a good zero. Drop the lowest grade.
There you go.
Perfect.
Once we finally start doing the winning percentages on these things.
I was doing pretty good there for a while.
You had a good run.
Pretty consistent at my 5 or 6%.
I'm glad I have some loopholes to throw at you still.
Plenty of loopholes out there that I do not know about.
The history ones in particular, I think I get you in pretty good. You never quite as precise as I think your memory thinks it is.
No. Not for like you have to be so precise. Like the 40 it's like a 3-point difference between the two major wins or something like that.
41-14 versus 49-27. That's like a 2-14,
yeah,
or a touchdown difference between them.
Yeah.